after I've done the leveling up in real life. There's nothing wrong with doing it on a video game. There's nothing wrong with playing the games if you've accomplished what you want out of real life. But what I don't understand is guys that will sit around and they'll play video games and they'll complain about being poor, about not having the things that they want out of life. And then they get mad at other people, really mad at other people. It doesn't make any sense to me. Why are you mad at somebody else for the shitty results that you got? If you don't have the results that you want, why is it somebody else's fault? A person's fault, women's fault, the government's fault, a politician's fault. There are certain things that you can point your finger at. Make no mistake about it. But I wouldn't let that be a burden that you carry around all day long, right? There's no question about it. I mean, as an example, Trudeau passed a piece of legislation that introduced a luxury tax on vehicles over $100,000. It's a new purchase. They throw that on top. $500,000 vehicle is going to cost you another $100,000 in taxes. That sucks. So what are your options? Well, you make another $100,000 to pay into the vehicle and pay into the tax system, or there's an exemption for used vehicles. So instead of buying it new, you wait a little while and you buy it used, right? You just don't get too caught up in about. I mean, you can get mad at the guy for a minute, but I wouldn't sit there being mad going, well, my life sucks. I can't get a fucking such and such car because of such and such a reason. And he's such an asshole and it's all his fault. There's dicks out there. That's fine. No problem. Don't let them ruin your day. Let me have a quick look at this chat over here. Again, in the comments, guys, what do you feel hopeless about? Let's deal with the notion of marriage here, for dudes. Man comes along and says, I'm a young man. I'm a man of faith. My family's always been married. I'd like to get married, but the social contracts change. I don't like the idea. What do I do? How do I have a family, Rich? It's impossible to have a family if I can't get married. Okay, let's dissect that for a minute. I have an entire chapter in my book, Unplugged Alpha. If you're new to that, you should get the book. It's on Amazon. It's a bestseller for a reason. There's a chapter describing why smart men no longer married, some of the risk factors and some solutions that are available to you. What are some solutions? Move somewhere where family law is not hostile towards men. Like if you're adamant about wanting to get married and you've met a gal that wants to get married and you both want to do the same thing, but you don't want the risk exposure, move to where family law doesn't hate men. There's one solution. Here's another solution. Family law hates men in Canada. We'll use Ontario as an example, the province that I live in. So what do? You want to have children. You want to have a family. Okay. Understand how law operates, how family law imposes itself on your life. You can love a woman. Family law doesn't stop you from doing that. Family law doesn't stop you from having children. It's just that now maybe you might have to structure your life in an unconventional way where maybe you get married in front of family, not in church, not on paper, and you don't live together, right? You have enough money to put her up in a separate residence and pay for her and your kids to be looked after. You go and visit them, but you live in separate residences. There's a number of ways that you can skin a cat, as they say. I'm pretty sure my ancestors 1,000 years ago weren't sitting around going, we're fucked. They just found a way. And I think that finding a way is ingrained in human nature and in human psychology. Let me scroll down over here to the next thing, see what we got. Somebody mentioned marriage. Told by a couple of attorneys that I can't litigate her into not being a bitch. Okay. Well, let's talk about that. Women are difficult. Okay. We're going to take Bobby's grievance, his hopelessness about being in a relationship with a woman that's difficult. A lot of what you get with crappy relationships, I think, is directly correlated to your selection process. That's why I have the 21 red flag chapter for you guys in my book. And again, you don't need to buy the book. It's below in the ticker, entrepreneursandcars.com/red-flags. You can download it for free. In the selection process, you can vet the good from the bad. You can invite the good in and repel the bad from your life. You're in a relationship with a difficult woman. She doesn't want to be led. She's continuing to be difficult. You have a decision to make. Get rid of her. Break up with her, move her out, divorce her, get rid of her. Why not? Why wouldn't you? Like, life is short. Living a better life is the best revenge. Whoever buys into their nonsense isn't worth your time anyway. This is true. If you're not surrounding yourself with those that are hopeless, those that feel like victims, those that want to blame everybody else for their shortcomings, then you will be living a better life. I've said this before, there's anchors and sails in life. What does an anchor do? Secures you in spot, holds you back. That's what it's designed to do. It does it very well. What does a sail do? Fills with wind, takes you on passage to your next port of call. You want to look for sails in your life, not anchors. Celebrities deal with this in tabloids. I think she's making reference to the are we dating the same guy sort of thing. The women I usually attract love spiders. Sorry, I'm just reading these comments over here. What's nightmare mode? Evening. So you're mostly talking amongst yourselves. So I'm going to leave that chat for the time being. If there's something you want to get my attention with, just super chat it so I can see it. All right, guys, I really hope that you enjoyed that clip. If you want to check out the full-length podcast episode, you can find that right over here. Also, make sure you visit my website over here where you'll find my supplements, the opportunity to book me privately one-on-one for coaching, and most importantly, my new School of Unplugging, which you'll find on the courses tab. Newer to the channel, hit subscribe.